even though the environment was not the condition of the society thought it was the right time, she still chose life. In the same way that maybe at the time when you had to give birth, there were persons around you that were saying it wasn't the time to have a baby. Maybe at the time you weren't old enough to think about motherhood. Maybe it was a time when your parents were advising you to do otherwise, or your friends were advising you to do otherwise. You still chose life. Not just because she chose to give birth to him, but even after she gave birth, she had many options. She could have decided to probably just do what we know people do, lay it upon a garbage heap. She could have decided that she would have taken matters into her own hands, as we know some persons self-abort, but she still chose life. And so the first thing I want to say, thanks to you for, is for choosing life for your children. When the decision was in your hands to keep or to throw, you said life. And every day of their lives, you still say life. In the society that we are living in, there's so many things that are saying death, but you choose life. In the conditions that they have to grow up, and you still say life. In the many disappointments around them, and you still say life. So I want you to understand, it was said earlier today that the job that you do, you can't be paid for it. And it doesn't matter how many Mother's Day gifts you get. It doesn't matter how many tributes come up here. The reality is that you are the movers and the shakers of this nation. There is a statement that says that the hands that rock the cradle rules the world. And I want you to understand that what it really is saying is that your influence goes far and wide. You shape and nurture. You plant seed and you enable purpose. And when you decided life over every other option, you set your child up that every day they can choose life. Understand that generational curses are broken when you say life. Understand that they will know how to deal with disappointment when you taught them to choose life. That's the first thing that she demonstrated in this word. And it's so funny how we can read a story, and every time you read it, you get a different perspective, because we always focus on how Moses came out of the situation and who he became. But we never took the time to see what hand she played in it. I'm sure that even some of us who looked at her probably said, well, all she did was abandon her child. But if you look at the story very deeply, she set him up for the purpose that he had to accomplish. If she had said, my baby not going to live because they're going to find out about him and kill him anyways, so might as well I get rid of him. Can you imagine what would have happened? There would have been no Moses. There would have been no Moses. And then we don't know what else would have had to happen for the will of God to take place with Israel. But the fact is, God knew that he was going to rise up a Moses. And he understood that the person who had to carry Moses had to be one that would choose life. He understood that in order for Moses to accomplish his purpose, he needed someone that would carry that purpose and would choose life. So she chose life, and she decided that she would have had her baby. Not only did she decide that she would have her baby, but she decided that she would have hid the baby as long as she could. That's protection.